Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you. It is a bit of a nippy day here in the West Country. The sun is out, but I woke up and I was cold. So I have a hoodie on. The first day I have officially put a hoodie on for months, and it feels great. Anybody who knows me will know that I love to live in my hoodies. So it feels so good, nice and warm. Nice cup of tea, ready to go, and all ready to talk Tottenham Hotspur with you guys. Obviously, yesterday didn't go as planned, didn't go as we thought it would, but it is what it is. It's football, it's Spurs. Did we really expect anything else from Tottenham? It's what they do to us, isn't it? It's never straightforward. I must admit, I got sucked in. I got sucked into the we've changed. Under this manager, we're going places and we get brought down to earth with an incredibly hard bump because, let's be honest, Bournemouth won. They could have had 4 or 5 yesterday. It was a shocking performance, but we will get into it, guys. But hopefully with a bit of positivity because it isn't the end of the world. It is early days in the season. And we're Spurs. We're not winning leagues. So it is what it is. Guys, as you come in, please do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button as well. Press the bell notification too if you really want, so you know when all of my content is about to drop. Let's get into it. Let's say hello to the chat because, guys, it is all about you. Um, this show, as I say, nothing without you guys. Milton is here. Big up, Milton. Saying good morning, Nige, and everyone in the chat. Disappointed in the loss. Yes, but let's move on. Shit happens and arseholes cause it. Levy, we need more players. Absolutely. I think if anything, it highlighted just how weak we are in the squad. Even that first 11 for me, just not good enough. Um, yes, we've done well the first 2 games, but it just highlights how weak we are in those attacking areas. I still think we're a midfielder short as well. Really need someone to get their foot on the ball at times. And I thought we were played around a bit too easy. Polini and Bentancur, love both of them, but very static yesterday. And, the only thing I will say on Frank, I love Frank, but was there a real need to play two holding midfielders? Was there a real need to play a double pivot? Or could we have brought a Bergvall on? Um, but it is what it is. It's all hindsight, guys, isn't it? It's all hindsight. Barbaric, big up Barbaric, my friend, saying good morning, Nige. Really bad day at the office yesterday, but we have pure Coys TV to rescue us. Smash the likes and subs, people. Thank you very much, Barbaric. And yes, guys, as you come in, please smash that like. Please hit that subscribe button as well. I really would appreciate it. Scott Colliver's here. Big up, Scott. Says hello, Nigel and chat. Good morning to you. And he also says, let's get the likes up and subscribe if you haven't already. I love it that my mods and my chat say everything I don't need to. So thank you very much, guys. Krish is here. Big up, Krish. Saying big up, Nige. Kudos had a bad display yesterday, but there were tripling up on him because they know he's nothing. There's nothing in the middle of the park with non-existent left wing. Give me Lookman. I agree. I think they did. Yeah. I think he was just marked out of the game, wasn't he? I've got to say, I thought the Bournemouth fullback, who I saw against Liverpool, but I thought, he's nothing special. Absolutely had Kudus in his pocket yesterday. But I agree. I think they did at least double up on him a lot of the time. And he had nowhere to go. He did run down a few blind alleys sometimes, try to do too much on his own, maybe. But listen, that will all change, hopefully, with Simmons coming into the team. Kudus definitely needs help up there. And we will get into the other two that played in the front areas. Wow, they were about as bad as I've ever seen them, I think. Guys, let me know in the chat what you think. Scott says Xavi should help Kudus by providing a different option. Absolutely, 100%. Christian left wing is the priority till the end of the window. Definitely. Definitely. By the looks of yesterday's left wing, we 100% need one. The Joker, big up morning. I hope you're well, buddy. Says it cost me a fortune to fly over from Ireland. I turned up for the game. Why didn't the players? Yeah, that's really crap for you, mate. I'm sorry for that. I had the same experience last season. I went to the Leicester game at home. Awful performance. It is what it is. I guess at least you got to see Simmons, and you say here, great way to introduce Xavi to the club. He must have been well impressed with his teammates. You know what? If anything, I would have been, if I was Simmons, I would be thinking, well, this is why they need me. This is why they need me. They are so short in those forward areas, and I'm going to have a field day in this team. That's what I'd be thinking if I was Simmons. But yeah, not the greatest performance to introduce your new teammates to. It is what it is. It is what it is. Chris says, I have to say, Porro was cooked yesterday by Semenyo and was awful during the game with his foul throws as well. Yeah, Porro, again, one of the worst performances I've seen from him in a Spurs shirt. All around the pitch, guys, all around the pitch, I thought Tottenham were second to everything. And it was disappointing. I think the only two players that come out of any credit, Van der Ven, I thought had a good game. And Vicario, I guess, for keeping the score down. Um, I still think he's extremely dodgy with his feet, give the ball away a couple of times, and I have no confidence on corners and free kicks. But there is no doubt he kept us in the game with his saves. And if it wasn't for him, it probably would have been 3-4 or maybe even 5-0. And that, guys, imagine that. That would have been an absolute shocker. As it is, guys, we lost 1-0. We move on. It's international break. Do you know that is the seventh defeat in a row we have had before international break? Seventh defeat in a row. That is shocking, isn't it? And the weird thing is, before that, we had gone 13 international breaks before without losing a game. I think we won 9 of them, 9 of those 13, drawing the other 3 or 4. But we have now lost 7 in a row coming up to international break. That needs to change. That needs to change. Scott saying, yes, Porro was very bad. He was. Chris saying, I think some games don't suit Porro, and I think Frank needs to learn sometimes. Spence in a doggy is a good dynamic for some games, but I understand if doggy wasn't fully fit for this game. I agree. But I think Frank will get this. I think he understands it. Like I say, the only mistake I think he really made yesterday, looking back on hindsight, is the fact that maybe put Bergvall in instead of a Bentancur and not have that double pivot. Or Saar maybe play Bentancur a bit more forward. The midfield didn't work yesterday anyway. I think that midfield three would be great against the top sides. Against the sides in and around you, I don't think we should be playing that, especially at home. But hopefully Frank will learn from it. But we will see. Marcus in the house, big up Marcus, says big up Nige, my friend, and everyone in the chat. Big up to you. And happy Sunday, guys, regardless of the result yesterday. You know what? It's Sunday. Have a relaxing day with the family. Do what you've got to do. Let me know what you're up to, guys. It is my eldest birthday today. So I guess I'm going to see her at some point. I've got to go and get her birthday card. I'm a typical man. Wait to the last minute. But there you go. Let me know what you're up to, guys. Wan is here. Big up, Wan. Says, good morning, Nige. Good day. I hope Spurs um, need more new quality players based on yesterday. Just one single shot on target, I think, from the back up until the front. Van der Ven was our best player yesterday, 100%. Yes, one shot on target, and that come 70 minutes from Bergvall that went straight down the keeper's throat. It was a very disappointing performance. Very disappointing. We didn't get into those attacking areas nearly enough. When we did, for me, the attack was as blunt as it gets. We were shocking. Absolutely shocking. Brennan Johnson, I've got no words for Brennan Johnson yesterday. Absolutely awful. And Richarlison, I just think it goes to show how much we need that top class striker. Yes, he's okay sometimes. But yesterday, again, everything bounced off him, couldn't trap anything, never held the ball up. Sometimes we were under so much pressure and never did the ball hit, go up to and never did it stick. He was constantly beaten to the ball, constantly on the floor moaning. Richarlison for me yesterday, shocking performance. But guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Richarlison, did he have a good performance? We know he didn't. What do we do though? What do we do with Richarlison? Solanke's injured. How long is he out for? Manager said maybe our next game. Other reports saying could be 2 to 3 months. Do we need to go and get a striker? For me, yes, but I don't think we're gonna. Um, it is what it is. Steve Dyer's in the house. Good morning, Steve. He says, good morning, Nige. Good morning to you, buddy. Guys, smash that like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really would appreciate it. Scott Colliver saying Vicario was our best player. Van der Ven was our best outfield player. Bergval was good when he come on. I agree. I thought Bergval did well when he come on. I really do. I thought he was the only player who really looked to drive with the ball. And let's go forward. For me, too much side to side passing. I get that they're trying to move Bournemouth around, but for me, there's just not enough direct passing forward. It was turgid from Spurs at best, I think. Razzle's in the house. Good morning, Razzle. I hope you're well, buddy. He's saying morning, Nigel and all. Good morning to you, mate. I hope you're well. And Steve saying apparently the Lookman rumours are gathering pace this morning. I've heard that too. I've heard he has agreed personal terms, but no bid has been put in yet. I think we are still hopeful on Savinho. Whether it happens or not is another question. Just a big shout out to Sheriff. Sheriff, a bit poorly at the moment, so I don't think there was a 2 mark show this morning. So get well, Sheriff. I hope you're well, mate. And take it easy. Take it easy. Maybe don't go to the meat draw today. Just spend the day getting better, buddy. And Rodney, good morning. Good morning, Rodney. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Milton said, morning, mate. It's freezing here in Oz. It's always bloody freezing in Oz, isn't it? Just lately. But not long till summer for you guys. It is on the way. It is on the way. Scott Colliver saying Lookman would be a good signing. I think he would be as well. I think we are definitely 100% so short on that left-hand side. And it goes to show Johnson just not good enough. I think he's okay coming off the bench, but for me, not a starter. Not a starter. Not if we want to progress as a team. Um, that's just my opinion, guys. Milton saying, where's all the Ange outers? Frank will change everything. Ange went undefeated for his first 10 games and people don't praise Ange enough. With the injury crisis we had, I get it, mate. But this is what we don't want as a fan base. Is the Ange inners being like, Frank out when he loses one game, and the Ange outers being Frank's a genius when we win a couple. Let's keep balanced. Ange did great in the fact he won a trophy for us, but it is what it is. Frank's in charge now, and let's see how we go forward. Milton saying the whole team was off. We just didn't click at all. I don't know what it was yesterday. Don't know what it was, but Bournemouth, I think, were absolutely spot on. Played us to a T, and we couldn't cope with it. And it is what it is. I said Bournemouth were a decent side. I didn't expect them to beat us, but they didn't. They not only beat us, they absolutely took us to the cleaners, didn't they? So it was a real wake up call. Maybe what we needed. Maybe what we needed. Nigel's in the house. Big up, Nigel. Says seems it only took teams 3 games to suss out this team. If we don't sign some proper players in the next few days, it's going to be a long season. I kind of agree, but disagree at the same time. I think we all knew it's going to be a long season anyway, didn't we? It's I think we got maybe, and I'm one for this. I got sucked into the first 3 games thinking, oh, maybe this is different. It isn't. We're still Spurs, and we are still capable of throwing in those performances. Let's hope it's a one-off. Frank has now 2 weeks to work with the squad and get us right for the next game. And let's be honest, the next 4 or 5 fixtures are winnable. They are winnable. So let's hope. You're absolutely right, though. We need to sign some proper players because we are really short, especially in those attacking areas. So it's going to be interesting to see who we sign. And yeah, let's see what happens over the next 36 hours. There are around, I think it's around 35 and a half hours of the transfer window to go. It might be even less than that, 34 and a half hours to go with the transfer window. Let's see what Spurs do. I think we definitely need to sign somebody today. Otherwise, today, tomorrow is going to be, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Steve saying apparently personal terms won't be a problem. Apparently, and Akanji wants to come. I take both of them right now. Let's get them both done today. That would be absolutely fantastic. Be interesting to see whether Akanji's in the Man City squad today. Um, we will see, I guess. Milton saying we need a striker. We absolutely do. Our strike force is powder puff. Lee's in the house. Big up, Lee. Says, may the force be with you, and may the force be with you too, my friend. And he follows it up saying, we all know what the problem is, no strength in depth. And that's it. And I think a lot of us, maybe not all of us, got a little bit carried away with the fact that we thought this 11 would be good enough. It's clearly not. It's clearly not. We are at least, I'd say at least 3 players short of really being half decent. Um, but it is what it is. We will see what happens over the next 34 hours. Razzle saying sick notes to Lanky back on it again. Weird, isn't it? Never got injured before he moved to Spurs. He's constantly injured now. It's shocking. Lee says, please, please, Tottenham board. Yes, get something done. Get something done, guys, quickly. We need it. Vindaloo's in the house. Big up, Vindaloo. Massive game for you guys today. How are you going to do? Looking forward to that game. It should be a good one. Vindaloo saying, big up, Nige from Cuba. Just before I go to bed, question. Just want to know quickly, do you have your Tottenham back? I think we do. I think we do. This is what we do with Spurs, isn't it? Win a couple, lose a couple, win a couple, lose a couple. It is what it is. I think any notions of us finishing top 4 after those first couple of games have been slammed back into that box rather quickly. We are back where we are, and it is what it is. But let's see what happens over the next 34 hours. Big up to you, Vindaloo. Kate's in the house. Good morning, Kate. Says Nige, good morning. Back to the usual. All four, I think, Nige. We need a quality striker in. No shots on target for 67 minutes. It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. And we saw a lot last season, didn't we? But that was shocking. We move on. We move on. We've got to just wipe ourselves down and get on with it because we're used to it. We're used to it, guys. It's what we do. It's what we do, isn't it? Let's move on from it. Guys, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And Vindaloo says, big up chat. Hope everyone is well. Kate saying, hello to Vindaloo. And Mark Pitts is in the house. Swindon Massive. Big up, Mark says, I have got you on my light speaker. You are lighting up my speaker. Have a nice Sunday. Well, it's nice that I light up somebody's speaker. It is what it is. But thanks, mate. Appreciate you. And yeah, I hope all is well there in sunny Swindon. I'm guessing it's sunny because it's sunny here in Trowbridge, so not too far away. Vindaloo saying hi to Kate. And Lee saying it's up to Levy on and the board to sort this out. We need players in. Get Tell out on loan. Get Visser ASAP. Interesting to see what they do with Tell or Odeberg, because I don't think, for me, it seems pointless keeping both, but we'll see what happens. I thought Tao was actually really unlucky with his volley yesterday. That was a decent effort, but he isn't up to it, is he? Let's face it. Don't think he's quite there yet. But yeah, I take Visser as well all day long, all day long. Marcus says poor result yesterday, but we can learn, and that's what it is, guys. That's what it is. Sometimes you learn more by losing than you do winning. So maybe Frank needed that kick up the arse, and hopefully from there we will get better. Audio's here. Big up, Audio. I hope you're well, buddy. Saying morning, Nigel and chat. Good morning to you. I hope your Sunday morning started well. Vindaloo saying 3:30 in the morning here, and I'm off to bed for my beauty sleep before the Anfield game tonight. Sleep well, mate, and yeah, we will be tuning in later to watch the Liverpool Arsenal game. Should be a good one. Golden Suns here, big up, mate. If we had left back cover, Spence could have played right back, as obviously Porro couldn't handle it. And yeah, he got badly exposed yesterday, Porro, didn't he? And there's some great work from Bournemouth. They put Semenyo on the left, and he absolutely destroyed him. Absolutely destroyed him. But there you go. Hopefully, as we say, hopefully Frank learns from it and we get better. Lee saying it's no good waiting for Madders to come back. He's never going to be 100% again. I think, yeah, and I think even when Madders comes back now with the likes of Xavi in the side, I think he'd struggle to get back in. But let's see what happens. That's a long way off. Long way off. Vindaloo, come on then. Come on, give it to us. What do Spurs have in common with light bulbs? They're both shocking. Sleep well, Vindaloo. Sleep well, my friend. Milton saying Kudus had a stinker, but everyone criticised Brennan Johnson. I think, well, Kudus wasn't the best. Kudus wasn't the best, but Brennan Johnson, mate, his passing was every time the ball went out to the left, we lost it. That's the problem. I'd agree. Kudus didn't have his best game by any means, but at least the ball stuck to him a bit. He lost it quite a few times because for me he took on an extra man too many instead of passing it. Um, but yeah, I think everyone in the side yesterday deserves criticism, apart from maybe Van der Ven and maybe Vicario just for a shot saving. Audio saying Vicario was our best player. It should have been 6-0. I thought his shot stopping was absolutely fantastic yesterday. Really good. I am concerned now. I am concerned, Audio, with his kicking still, and he just doesn't fill me with confidence when corners come in. But listen, no doubt, if it wasn't for him in goal yesterday, we would have conceded 5 or 6, 100%. The Hoffmeister's here, big up, mate. He said, "What was that? How can a team go from 10 to a 1 in a game? We've got our Spurs back, Coys, Daniel." It certainly feels like it, doesn't it? It was very Spursy. I hate that word, but it is very Spursy. It really is. Frank should have put Kinski in midfield. Kinski in midfield. I mean, that would have been interesting. I probably wouldn't have worked. Probably wouldn't have worked, Chris. But who knows? Who knows? Andy, morning, Nige. Can we have a Lookman or at least a bomber? Hopefully, we get a bomber today. I think as Spurs fans, we after that performance, we deserve a bomber today. 100%. Lee said, no one should blame Frank. He looked totally shocked after the game at how bad we performed. At least he knows how bad the squad is. Yes, yes, absolutely. It was a bit of a wake-up call for Frank. No doubt about that. But it does kind of make you think, doesn't it? Listen, Ange was nowhere near good enough. But we all know the players let him down at times. And I think the players let Frank down yesterday. Frank said before the game, we knew exactly how Bournemouth were going to set up. We knew exactly what they're going to do. And they did it. We've been training for it all week. But on the pitch, we didn't cope with it at all. That, for me, is on the players. The problem is Frank currently hasn't got the squad to do much. There's not a lot he could have done. The only thing I maybe would have thought about doing is bringing Kudus off the right, putting him into the 10 so we got something in the middle of the park that can try and create something. But then our wingers would have been shocking as well. So it is what it is. We are, like I say, we are so short. Hopefully with Xavi coming in and with a few more additions, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to work it out. Guys, keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Not a single subscriber yet this morning, but there is still plenty of time, guys. I am 9 short of 1,200, so any help would be much appreciated. Milton said Manchester United signed Martinez from Villa. Have they? Is this breaking news? I haven't seen it. I'm just going to have a look, see if anything's come up. Um, I'm reading that Spurs are pushing hard in the last couple of days for Nathan Ake. So that's different to a Kanji. I think we're going to go for one of them. Still being linked with Morgan Rogers. Can't see that happening, guys. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Who are we getting in? Who is going to sign for this club to make us better? In these next 34 hours, it's going to be an interesting one. But if Martinez has gone to United, that is a great signing for United and exactly what they need. They need a goalkeeper. That is the one position for me I think United are really lacking, is a top class keeper. If they get Martinez in, I think their season turns round. Philly's in the house. Big up Nigel and everyone in the chat. Good morning, Philly. I hope you're well, buddy. The Pigeon played just how I expected him to. A classic performance. It's so hard to disagree with that. And I think I've been one of the ones who got sucked in to thinking, hey, we play with Charlison, give him minutes, week in, week out, he might do all right. But absolutely shocking yesterday. That is back to the Richarlison that we know and love, of course. But big up, Philly. Sammy's here. Big up, Sammy. Says big up all. When does the window shut, tonight or tomorrow? It shuts tomorrow at 7 p.m. So we have around 34 hours of the window to go. So lots to do for Spurs in the next day and a half, or just under a day and a half. And Philly saying, thanks for making me a mod, Nigel. No problem at all, mate. I will go through the chat later, guys. And the people that are in here regularly and that I trust, I would also make mods just so it helps me out, just in case anyone comes in that's unsavory. So far, I've been so lucky in my morning shows that everyone who comes in has been absolutely lovely. So yeah, full respect to each and every one of you. As Barbaric says, Monday, 7 p.m. UK time. Absolutely. Kate said, I'd sell both of the strikers. Cost us over 100 odd million. Get one that can put the ball in the net. I agree. Sadly, I don't think it's going to happen, but it is what it is. We will see what happens. And Kate saying hello to Philly. Dave, hello, David. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Akanji isn't going to better our ability to score goals. We need a left winger and a better number 9. 100%, 100%. But we are definitely short at the back. I think that shows yesterday. Porro having an awful game. Spence could have come over to right back. If we had an Akanji or an Ake, they could have played at left back. It just makes things. I just think we definitely need cover now in defence. But 100%, David, we need a left winger and we need a better number 9. I don't think, sadly, we're getting a number 9 in, but hopefully we get a winger in. We will see what happens, though, I guess. Mark Pitts then, like my late mum and nan said to me, you cannot win them all. You can. You can't win them all. I totally agree, but we should be winning at home to Bournemouth. I think that's a disappointing for me. After such a great result against Manchester City last week, we follow up with that yesterday, whatever that was. Adam, big up Adam, saying people losing their shit because we signed Simmons. We need so much more. We do. We do. It was an exciting 12 hours, but we are back down to earth now. And it just goes to show how much we need in this squad still. Wet Spam's Cup final next. Couple of massive games coming up for Spurs after the international break. West Ham away, which again will be tough because West Ham away always is tough. And then we have our first Champions League game home to Villarreal. So yeah, big couple of weeks coming up after the international break. And listen, I, for one, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing Simmons and hopefully some new signings in that Spurs team for the next game. And Adam saying, let's hope the Scousers batter the Woolwich. Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. It's going to be a really good game, I think. It's going to be a really good game. Milton saying, I had a great day with my kids. I'm glad you did, mate. I'm glad you did. As Freddie says hello to Kate. Barbaric says, keep smashing the likes and subs, people. It helps fantastic channels like Pure Coys TV grow. Thank you very much, guys. Yes, smash that like button. Let's get the 50 likes. Always nice to get the 50 likes. Great way to start the day. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I am chasing down 1,200. My target was 1,200 by the close of the transfer window. I am 9 short, so any help, guys, would be much appreciated. Dave saying, perhaps these Spurs fans will now realise that the likes of Tell, Odegaard, Gray are nowhere near good enough to even be a squad player. No impact off the bench whatsoever. Yeah, Tell was really and didn't do much. That volley I thought was unlucky. Didn't have a lot of minutes, so Gray didn't even come on, did he? Thought Odegaard was bright, but just not good enough. Just not good enough as yet. But this is what we've got coming off the bench, and this is why I say Frank hasn't got a lot to deal with. I said at the start of the season, it's going to be interesting to see how Frank does when we're losing games. But currently, we have no options. So, like I say, I'm not quite sure what he could have done yesterday. For me, the players let him down. They let the fans down, and they just didn't want it. I just didn't think that they wanted it. Bournemouth wanted it more, and it is what it is. Tweak's here, big up Tweak. I hope you're well. Says morning, Nige. Good morning to you, buddy. Kate saying Nige was Levy at the ground. If he was looking at that on the pitch, hope he gets his checkbook out. We need at least 3 quality players in. Or Levy looking through or is Levy looking through rose tinted glasses? I agree. I agree. He was there. And not a single boo. Not a single boo from anyone. When he was shown on the TV screen. It is what it is. I agree. I think we need at least 2 or 3 players in these next 34 hours, and let's see what he does. But definitely a wake up call for me yesterday. Definitely a wake up call. And thank you to the one person who's just subscribed. I appreciate you. I am now 8 short of 1200. I will get there. I absolutely will get there. Yusuf's in the house. Big up, mate. Says we need a new player. We do. We need more than one new player. We need 2 or 3 new players, as Kate said, and I absolutely agree. David says, tell me how a centre forward playing at this level doesn't know that when a ball is played into him, you don't stand sideways on giving a defender sight of the ball and then falling over. Useless. Yes, mate. 100%. Richarlison yesterday absolutely drove me nuts. He made my blood boil. We were under so much pressure. All you want from your striker in that position when, okay, he can't do a lot because he's been marked by probably 2 or 3 players. What you want is when that ball gets to him, that he controls it. Like you say, side on. It was so easy to mark yesterday. Lost the ball every time. Spent more time on his ass. Kept backing into players and then falling over. He wasn't ever going to get anything. Just hold the ball up. Give us a break. And he just didn't do it. For me, that performance yesterday was an eye opener. I got to be honest. Listen, Richarlison's never been my favourite player, but yesterday I was like, wow, you really are not of the quality that we want and we need as Tottenham Hotspur. But we see what happens. We move on. SJ, big up SJ. Good to see you, mate. Sen, confident Savinho will come in before 7 p.m. tomorrow. I think we are definitely still interested in him, aren't we? Whether it happens or not is another question. I think it is all in for Savinho today. If it doesn't happen, I see us going for Lookman tomorrow. Let me know what you think, guys. Milton, again, it wouldn't be a stream if Milton didn't have a bit of give me Francisco Conceição. Yes, I'd love him as well. Can't see it happening. Can't see it happening. And Cookie's in the house. Good morning, Cookie. I hope you're well, buddy. I will text you later, my friend. But yeah, I hope you're well. And everyone's saying hello to Cookie. Guys, get over to the Two Mark Show and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm not doing a show this morning. Sheriff poorly, but I'm sure he'll be back on form soon enough. So, guys, yeah, because they're not doing a show, get over and smash a subscribe onto their channel. Audio saying Ake would be a smart signing, experienced and homegrown via Chelsea. I didn't realise he was homegrown. That would say to me that it's him rather than the Kanji then personally. Because we need homegrown players, don't we? So I think, yeah, I think Ake is the man we go for, and I like Ake. I think he's a decent defender. Like you say, experienced, has been there, seen it, done it, won everything. I think he'd be a great signing for Spurs. And someone who could cover left centre back, someone who can cover left back, can play as a 3 as well. Perfect signing, I think, and probably wouldn't cost too much. Cookie sends Savinho and Ake would 100% take them. Tweet saying hello to Cookie. And Kate Rickson send Nige, I'd sell Richie. I would as well after that performance. I thought he was terrible. Terrible. Justin's in the house. Good morning. Good morning to you. Said not watch any YouTube since the end of the match. What's been going on? Yesterday was awful. To be honest, I didn't watch a lot of YouTube yesterday after the game either. I was a little bit despondent with it all. Needed a bit of a break from talking about Tottenham. Didn't really want to come on and be too negative because it's hard, isn't it? You want a bit of a pick me up. It is what it is. We lost the game. We move on. We've got 2 weeks now to dwell on it and think about it before our next game. And our next game's massive. Away at West Ham. Hopefully Simmons will be fit to start. Hopefully he comes in. Hopefully we will have a Savinho or a Lookman on the left and maybe an Ake at the back, even if he's on the bench. Look at that. Already, bring those two players in. You look at our bench and suddenly you have a Johnson on the bench. You have a maybe an Ake on the bench. Suddenly that bench looks stronger. Um, it would be so nice to go out and buy a striker though as well, wouldn't it? For me, I'd love a striker now. Go out and get Vissa. Go out and get Vlahovic. Do something. We can get Vlahovic on loan. Go and buy Ake. Go and buy Savinho or Lookman and then get a Vlahovic on loan. And really set the cat amongst the pigeons. For me, that would be the perfect window. Big up Leduc saying after yesterday, I'd go Nick Semenyo off Bournemouth and get Ake or Akanji from City. I would love Semenyo, but I just think that's just not happening, is it now? He signed a new 5-year contract. He's going to cost 80 million plus. I just can't see Spurs doing it. One that was there at the start of the window, but for whatever reason, he wasn't our first choice or second or third choice, and he signed a new contract. So I think that is what it is. Vincent, morning. I always try to stay positive. And it's great to get in the playmakers like Xavi. But if we don't sign a 20 GA, a striker before the window closes, we could be in a bit of trouble. I'm kind of guessing we're hoping that we're going to get enough goals from the Xavis and the Kuduses and whoever's going to be playing on the left to supplement the fact that our strikers are absolute bobbins. But it is what it is. It is what it is, Finn, I guess. Big up to you, mate. Philly saying, to be honest, Kate, I haven't watched a Spurs game in over a year. I would rather let my brother from another Sava take the punishment. There's no point in two people suffering. It is. As Spurs fans, I wonder what we did in a past life to deserve this. But it is what it is. Adam saying Villa in talks with Paqueta. I've seen that. Yeah, apparently that what have they offered? Like 38 million, not nearly enough. It might be in the 40s. But this is the one, and this is the thing. If Villa get Paqueta, could we get Rodgers? That would be amazing. For me, Rodgers would be my first choice above anyone. I love Rodgers. He's got a bit of Dele Alli about him. Um, really like him. But I just can't see it happening. Just can't see it happening, guys. Let me know what you think. Rodgers, would you take him? Would you take him over a Savinho? Let me know, guys. Guys, keep smashing that like. Keep hitting that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And guys in the house, good morning, Guy. You at the gym this morning? Or are you having a day off? He says, morning, Nige. Was at the game. Post-game, people were very despondent. I know we lost, but we all said it was a performance that was so poor. Yeah, I think we take a defeat. I think as Spurs fans, we are used to losing games. Is what we do. We are not a top side in that sense. We're going to lose games during the season. For me, it was the performance. There was just nothing there at all. Nothing there at all. It was like men against boys. And after the first three games, including the PSG game, when I'm like, at last we got men in the team. We look like men. Yesterday was back to being boys again, and it was a wake up call for sure. But big up, Guy. I hope you're well. Philly saying these players we have watched over the years flatter to deceive. A new manager comes in. They play well and then can't maintain it and fall over spectacularly. And that could be it. That could be it. I think the players need to take a lot of the responsibility. I think there are certain players in the squad that, for me, I wouldn't be against replacing. And I'm talking top players. I'm talking players that a lot of people wouldn't sell. For me, I'm just like, they're just not up to it all the time. We need consistency. We need consistency. Did anyone see Jack Grealish yesterday? Absolutely fantastic for Everton. What a signing. And so many Spurs fans didn't want him. Absolutely crazy. But it is what it is, guys. Hopefully, we get that left-sided player in today or tomorrow. And I think then, if we do that, we will definitely improve. Tweet sending, new Kudus was their biggest problem, doubled, sometimes tripled up on him yesterday, marked him out of the game. Simmons on the pitch, they can't always do that. We need more, but he will be a help. Absolutely, Simmons will be a help. Kudus was doubled up on. I don't think the ref helped at all yesterday. I think a couple of times Kudus got into good positions. He's a strong boy. He put in 50-50 tackles. I didn't see anything wrong with him. Kept getting blown up against. And that drove me nuts. I got to be honest. Don't think the ref was great yesterday. I got to say, I'm not going to make that an excuse for why we lost. We lost because we were shit. But don't think the ref had his best game. I think he gave a lot of things against us. But it is what it is. I am a bitter Spurs fan, but I agree there, Tweak. I think with Simmons in the side, it's going to free up Kudus a lot. And hopefully, if we get that left-sided player as well, we see a different Spurs side. I am concerned about that central midfield, though, still. But just that we've not got the legs there if Bentancur and Polinia play. So I think it might be a case of home games. It might be a Polinia and a Bergval or someone of that ilk. Let me know, guys, what you think. Again, I'd still like to go out and buy another central midfielder, but that's definitely not going to happen. Adam saying, think we'll get a Kanji, but don't know where he's going to play. Well, it's going to be one of them, isn't it? He will be a squad player, someone to challenge. And when I say squad player, I don't mean as backup. I mean someone to challenge, someone who will put pressure on an Adogi, someone who will put pressure on a Van der Ven to play well, because if they don't, they know they got an experienced serial winner to come in. But let's get these players in first. Freddie saying big up to Cookie. Dave saying big up, Dave. Hope you're well. Says we need a striker for what I saw yesterday. Badly, Nigel. I agree. 100%. We need a striker. I just don't think we're going to get one. I really don't think we're going to get one. Philly saying, Kate saying, Philly, at least Sava's on his way to Turkey. Lucky man. Yes. Not jealous at all. I would love a holiday, but have a great holiday, Sava. Chris saying, we won't get a bomber today, Nige. Don't pump yourself up for it. Well, I'm hoping we do, Chris. I don't want to go into tomorrow with no players in thinking we have to do it today, because that is when it all goes tits up for Spurs. We need to be moving today. So I hope you're wrong, my man. But we will see. Cookie saying hello to Philly. Milton saying Chelsea signed Conrad from Sporting Lisbon. Has that happened today, or are they just interested in him, or have they done it? I haven't really followed what Chelsea have done in the window, to be honest. Adam saying, what we want is to win 38 games. Ain't going to happen. People are afraid. Ups and downs. That's football. Yeah, it is ups and downs. We're going to win. We're going to lose. Disappointing, but we move on. We move on, guys. Philly saying, all of a sudden, the prospect of Dusan Vlahovic starts to look nice. Myself and Cookie have been banging the Vlahovic drum for a while. I think he would be fantastic. And listen, hey, I tell you what, if he was playing yesterday, he would have held that ball up. There would have been no falling over. There would have been no turning to the side. He would get his body in front of that ball and he would hold it. And yeah, Vlahovic for me, if we can get him on loan, absolute no-brainer. Barbaric saying, I'd take Vlahovic in a heartbeat, Philly. Agreed, 100%. Adam saying, gone quiet on this kid from Monaco. I don't think it's happening. I think obviously we've now got Simmons. I think now it's all out for either Savinho, Lookman, or Rodgers. I think they're the three. Don't think it's going to be the first Rodgers or Savinho. I think it's going to be Lookman. Apparently, he's agreed personal terms, but we haven't agreed a fee with the club yet. So I think he is our backup if the other two don't happen. But we will see, guys. Let me know what you think. Who would you take on that left-hand side? Or is it a question of we just take anyone who's better now? Adam saying, Richie is rubbish. Always will be. He absolutely is. He is capable of scoring some great goals. But more often than not, we get performances like yesterday, which was incredibly disappointing. It is what it is. Justin saying 3 on Kudus all game. Yeah, I felt a bit sorry for Kudus. He was very much marked out of the game. We need that quality up there to help him. And hopefully with Xavi and a few more, he will get that. And Kate saying, Philly, I agree. Dewson looks a good shout for me. Absolutely. And we can get him on loan. Yes, his wages are a lot, but let's just do it. Let's just get him in. Adam saying, where's the links to Vlahovic? I don't think there are any links to Vlahovic. I think it's just fans thinking we need a striker. There's one available that we can get on loan. Let's go do it. So I don't think there are any actual links to him, Adam. Not that I've seen anyway. Darren's here. Big up, Darren. I hope you're well. Says, morning all. I think the team yesterday were all worried about getting injured before the international break. Possibly, but oh, no, I just can't see that. I just think they were rubbish. But definitely, just lately, international break, 7 international breaks on a row we've lost now, which is a shocking stat. We need to change that and change it quickly. Adam saying City won't let him go. Nope, that's what I'm reading. City won't let him go. I think we need to move on from Savinho now, but let's see what happens. Dave Clark saying it proves with Spurs' latest signings that Levy's youth policy has been proved a disaster and somebody at the club has forced him to change. Simmons is different because although he's young, he's experienced. I think that should have been always a plan to start with, shouldn't it? Buy young, fine, but buy experienced young players that have been there, seen it, played in Europe, and you know, do that. Why just buy young players who haven't done anything? I think you're absolutely spot on there, David. I think you're absolutely spot on. Milton saying I'd take Lookman over Savinho. I'm crazy. I don't think you're crazy, mate. I'm pretty much in agreement now. I think, listen, I think Savinho's a dream, but I just don't see it happening. Let's just go and get Lookman done. I don't know what we're waiting for. I know Savinho apparently wants to come to Spurs, but if City are saying no, we need to move on and move on quickly. Um, let's see what happens there. Adam saying keep Solomon. Well, at the moment we've got no choice. I still see him leaving before the end of the window. I'm hearing Sheffield United are interested in him, but I think that's going to be a loan deal. If so, I think we could get 15, 20 million for Solomon. If we had sold him at the start of the window when Leeds were interested, could have easily got 20 mil for him. But it is what it is. Yomi's here. Big up, Yomo. Yomi, sorry. Saying Lookman is way better than Savio. Definitely, if you look at his numbers, his GA, last season, he was definitely better. But listen, it's different kind of players. Savio's very much more of an exciting take on your player, tricks kind of player. Lookman is much more, he reminds me a lot of Jermaine Defoe. You know, different players, obviously. Defoe was a striker. Lookman plays off the left a little bit more. But that short back left when he shoots, you know, I like Lookman. I think he's a good player. Philly saying, big up Barbaric. As the window closes, the realism is going to hit home because after tomorrow, the window closes and Spurs are stuck this way until January. And this is why, mate, we have to go out and do things. We have to go out and buy players. And hopefully we will. SJ saying Wissa on strike, Isak on strike, Paqueta on strike, Jackson on strike. Is Paqueta on strike? Salvini are unhappy with City's decision and will go on strike. Players have too much power now, but in this case, it could work for us. And that's the thing. Do we want players that go on strike? Because what's to say in a year's time they're going to do the same to us? But at the same time, we don't want players to be too professional. We've had that already, haven't we, with Morgan Gibbs White? You know, say you want to move if you want to move. Um, it is what it is. It's a fine line, I think. But listen, I take all of those players out in a Tottenham shirt. So it is what it is. Nicola's in the house. Big up, Nicola. Hope you're well. Lookman or Savinho, Akanji, and forward is what we need because otherwise we are in for a long season. I agree. I agree. If we could get 3 players in, that would be fantastic. Milton saying, I'm off to bed. Got a 14-hour shift soon. Sleep well, buddy. Take care of yourself. Don't work too hard. Remember, look after yourself, mate. And all the best. And see you soon. See you on the next stream, hopefully. Cookie saying, Richarlison was so poor, to be honest. Couldn't trap a bag of cement. He was shocking, mate, wasn't he? Absolutely shocking yesterday. Really poor performance. Kate said, Nige, we have had some great strikers at this club, but really let down with the level of these strikers. Never get our money back on Solanke and Richarlison. Need a Dusan Vlahovic in. I agree 100%. I absolutely agree. We definitely need a Dusan Vlahovic in for me. I would love that. Amen said, big up Amen saying the only creative player we have is Kudus. We need more creative players. Well, it is currently, of course, we've got Xavi coming in next game. So we will have a bit more creativity, but if we could get one or two more in, that would be fantastic. And Yomi saying Spurs ain't getting a winger, a centre back before deadline day. It's the history of top Spur. I think we will, mate. I'm confident we will. Especially after yesterday. You know what? If we had won yesterday and blown Bournemouth away, I would have been a bit less confident we would get the players in we need. But after yesterday, I think it was a wake up call for everyone. We are short, really short of players. So I'm confident. I'm confident we get these players in. But I understand the negativity. I understand it because this is Spurs. This is what we've done for years. Nicholas saying we can't have Johnson on the left because he's terrible if nobody is creating chances for him. I agree. That does absolutely. Listen, I love Johnson as a finisher, as a goal scorer, but he is awful. I was pulling what was left of my hair out yesterday watching Johnson play. So frustrating. So frustrating. Him and Richarlison. Awful. Awful. Suit measured us in. Big up, buddy. Says a bit worrying. We were half asleep for 30 minutes and Semenyo stripping Porro with no double up was tough watching. I have to say, I praised Porro and I praised Kudus last week at City for the amount of work they did together, doubling up, making sure that when the winger went down the line for City, that he didn't get through because you know, Kudus was always back helping. Yesterday, totally the opposite. Totally the opposite. Kudus was never helping Porro, and Porro was always out of position. It was definitely a wake-up call. Don't quite know what happened yesterday. It was it was almost like a glitch in the matrix. Like Spurs were not the Spurs they'd been for the last couple of weeks. As David said earlier in the stream, it was very much, I think it was David, very much we went from a 10 to a 1. I think it might have been Golden Sun. Can't remember now, but someone said it. The performance was just woeful. Kate says, Nige, leave transfer window. Always leave it too late. We do. We always leave it too late. It's what we do best. But we do love a transfer deadline day, don't we? We do love a transfer deadline day. Cookie is saying, can we get Nige to 1,200 subs this morning? 8 away. You can do it, people. Yes, 8 more subs, guys. And I've reached the 1,200 mark that I would have liked to have reached by tomorrow. If I could get there today, that would be absolutely fantastic. And while you're here, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the 2 Marks, get over to the 2 Marks show and subscribe to them as well. Philly saying, hit the likes and subscribe for fantastic content creator. Thank you, Philly. Let's get Nige to his next milestone. Much appreciated, my friend. And I hope you're well. Also, get over to Philly's channel as well. I cannot remember it, but it's about movies. I will get the link up later on. Or Philly, if you're there, you can put the link in, mate. That would be great. And Cookie, if you can put a link in for your channel, that would be good too. If Sheriff's in the house, I know Sheriff's poorly, but he will put the link in. I will have a look for it myself in a minute. I just missed Chris's comment. If Richie and Dom can't score goals with Kudus, Simmons, Lookman, or Savia behind them, then they are really shit. And this is the thing. And this is why I said I think whoever plays up front for Spurs scores 20 Premier League goals. Or they should. They should. Whether they will or not is another question. It is what it is. Kate Wixom, Grealish, I'd have taken him. Everton doing well. Everton flying, aren't they, at the start of the season? Doing really well. And listen, Grealish, what a player. What a player. Guy saying, haha, no gym today. Was at my mate's birthday on Friday night. We went to Mayfair. Got on it and then went to his house in Seven Sisters. While still on it, didn't sleep. Went to the match, sunglasses, getting rest now. Oh, it's a lazy Sunday for you then, buddy. It's a lazy Sunday for you. Have a good one. Miss Bunny's here. Big up, Miss Bunny. Saying Kate Grealish hasn't even looked rusty in very well, and I'm very surprised about that. Yeah, he just looks. He's just such a fantastic player. I can't believe the Spurs fans didn't want him. Um, what a difference he would have made on our left-hand side yesterday. Johnson or Grealish. The ball gets to Grealish, it sticks. And it is what it is. He's never player now. And we have Brennan Johnson, so all good. Philly saying, are you doing a special deadline day show? Cook my side. I think you should cook my side. I absolutely think you should. Just stay on all day. All day. From 9:30 in the morning until 8:30 at night. Do it, mate. Do it. Jimmy said, morning, Nige, and the chat. Good morning to you, Jimmy. I hope you're well, my friend. SJ said, many of our players are on the cusp of the national teams, not nailed on starters. So on the eve of an international break, they are not wanting to get injured so they can prove themselves for the World Cup. I get it. I just don't buy it. I get it, mate, but I just don't buy it. You know, you didn't see Bournemouth doing this. You know, many of the Bournemouth players are on the cusp of the international teams as well. You know, most Premier League sides have 11 internationals in their starting lineup. So I'm not having it. If that's the case, then I don't want them in my team. You know, I want players to be playing for the Tottenham shirt, playing for the Tottenham badge. I'm putting 100% in. I couldn't give a monkey's rat's ass about the international teams. And I know, of course, they do. But yeah, that wouldn't wash with me if I thought that about my players. Um, but it is what it is. Cookie saying, Phil may well do. Sheriff not well, so we will see later, mate. Yes, get well soon, Sheriff. Get well soon. Maybe a few too many Amstels last night. Who knows? Who knows? Rhythmic Renegades in the house. Big up, mate. Saying, what the F happened? We must do better against these wannabe teams. It was a shocking performance, mate, wasn't it? Absolutely shocking performance. But we move on and we see what happens. Kate saying, the bench is non-existent. Bought way too many kids and they are not ready. I agree. I agree. We should be looking now for me to maybe bring in another midfielder and letting the likes of Gray go out on loan and getting proper minutes in the Premier League, or even a top championship side. I just don't know. Don't know what we've done, really. We've signed too many young players. Dave says, we need a miracle in this transfer window to get what we need. Still need 3 players in. The club can do it, but will they? Coys. I think they will. I'm going to try and be positive. I think we will get the players in. I think by Monday, 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m., I think we'll be sat here thinking, okay, that's a decent window. That's a decent window. Now there's no excuses. Go out, do the business, and we will see what happens. Wayne Bonner, big up Wayne. He says, that was not a good performance yesterday. Going to need at least 2 more players in. I'd love to see Vlahovic at the club and desperately need a left winger. 100%. If we got a Vlahovic in, if we got a left winger in, that whole front 4 now is brand new, looking sexy. That will do me. That will do me. Go and do it, Levy. But from what Frank said yesterday, from when he said sometimes having 3 strikers upsets the apple cart, as they would say. I don't see us doing it, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that Solanke's out for 2 or 3 months. And that's nothing personal against Dom Solanke, of course. But if he is, it might force us into the market. And even if we brought in a Vlahovic on loan, that would be fantastic. SJ saying, kid at Monaco rumours have gone quiet. We are still interested, but PSG are now sniffing around him. So we won't win that battle. And we've been linked, of course, with the PSG South Korean winger, aren't we? Can't remember his name. Kang, is it? Good player. Another one I'd take. It's going to be interesting. We've got lots of options, so let's see what happens. Richie is a show off. He want the goal to be extraordinary. Big up Vida. I kind of agree. He's just not the man, is he? He's just not the man. Kate Rixham, after that shite show, Xavi must have wanted to get in a taxi and go to Stamford Bridge. Quite possibly, but as I said, maybe he might think to himself, you know what? They need me. They really need me. I can be the star in this side. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I would have thought. If I was Xavi sat there thinking this crowd love me already, I've come out on the pitch, so you know. if we had gone on and win 5 or 6-0 or won the game comfortably, maybe we would have sat there thinking, yeah, I can see myself playing in this side. It'd be fun, but you know, am I really going to be the main man? I think that defeat might make him think, oh, right, there's so much I can do with this team. There's so much I can do with this team. That's what I'm hoping he's thinking anyway. But we will see. Jimmy says, not no bad thing yesterday will bring people back down to earth. You cannot expect 17th place with 3 good additions to start winning trophies. Far, far more is needed. Liverpool 7, Arsenal 7, Chelsea 9. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. We need a lot more in these last 34 hours. The Hotspur Hood's in the house. Big up, Dan. I hope you're well, buddy. Says, morning, coffee time. Absolutely, guys. If you haven't already, I'm sure you all have. Danny is absolutely smashing it. Just reached 5K, so congrats for that. But yeah, get over and subscribe to the Hotspur Hood. Miss Bunny said, last player we got that played well, Leipzig, is Timo Werner. Let's hope he don't turn out the same way as he did. Fingers crossed. I'm sure he won't. I'm sure he won't. Peter's in the house. Big up, Peter. He says, hi all, 6:20 p.m. in Melbourne. Just finished a night shift, mate, or your day shift. Or are you on a night shift? Are you just about going to work? I'm guessing Sunday night. You probably are just off to work, aren't you? Golden Sun saying, I'm still waiting to see this 45 million investment in Tau show a single thing. Yes. Yes, I know. Like I said, I thought his volley was really unlucky yesterday, but it's the only thing he did. Um, it is what it is. We all know he's not good enough, but it is what it is. And Peter, big up to you, my friend. I really appreciate you. He says, I blame Ange for yesterday's loss. This is the one time I absolutely 100% agree with you, Peter. I blame Ange as well. No, I'm only joking, of course. Thank you. I really do appreciate you, mate. Yeah, it is what it is. I think the players, I think Frank need to take a look at themselves. I think they're all to blame for yesterday, but big up, Peter. Much appreciated. And Miss Bunny is laughing. Danny says Frank got out coached the same way Ange used to. He did, sadly. I think Iriola got it absolutely spot on, moving Semenyo out from the right to the left. Porro got rinsed all day long. Um, it is what it is. But I will say the only thing for Frank I will say is, and I'm sure this was for Ange as well last season, but Frank had nothing. He had nothing from the bench really to bring on to change anything. It is what it is. We're going to lose games. We're going to win games. We are Spurs. You know, it is what we do. Miss Bunny saying, I'm not surprised about yesterday's performance. It's always the same. We can turn up for the likes of City, but then can't turn up for the lesser teams. It's nothing new. 100%. I think that for me was the disappointing thing because I thought maybe under Frank he might install a little bit of, you know, I don't know, it's just something different. And it just goes to show. I think as much as we berated Postecoglou last season, for his tactical setups and the way we played, the players have to take a lot of responsibility for it as well, and they need to take their fair share of blame. And I don't think they did last season as much as they should have. And I think it just goes to show with that defeat yesterday, the players still at times are so far off it. Yes, they can switch it on just like that and be fantastic as quickly as they switch it on. They can switch it off, and they're nowhere near the levels they should be. So I agree. I agree with you, Miss Bunny, 100%. Golden Sun saying Richie Johnson Tao, 140 million. I mean, we have been pretty woeful, haven't we, in the transfer market? There is no doubt about that. We have been pretty woeful. Guys, keep smashing that like, keep hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate each and every one of you. This morning show is all about you guys. I have absolutely nothing planned at all to what I'm going to say. I just switch the computer on and let the chat build up and then just read your messages. And it's all about you. So thank you so much for being here. Bod the Cap. Hello, my friend. Not seen you before. Please smash a like and subscribe. He says Porro is a poor man's Trent. Great going forward, but can't defend. And his positional awareness is terrible. Absolutely bang on. Bang on. His positional sense is horrific. Horrific. but he is so good going forward at times. Yesterday, he was woeful going forward as well. But it's one of them, isn't it? But yeah, thank you for coming in, Bod. Really do appreciate you, mate. And my son's in. Good morning, Charlie. How are you? Says, morning all. My God, we were so bad yesterday. What a reality check. It was a major reality check, mate, wasn't it? Yeah. I must admit, I turned the football off with 5 minutes to go. It's so bad. And then you text me like an injury time saying, what the F? And I thought we might have equalised. But so thanks for that, bud. Thank you for that. It is what it is. Wayne saying, one of the problems with this club is that we don't replace the quality. We lose with quality. Agreed. Bell, Berbatov, Modric, Kane, and God knows how many more players. So far, Sonny as well. I know that we've got Simmons, but he's not a left winger. Let's see who we replace Sonny with. But you're bang on. We don't. We replace Kane with Richarlison. That guy said it. Let that sink in for a minute. We replaced Kane with Richarlison. Scary. Absolutely terrifying. William saying Richie is an instant goal scorer. If he has time to think, he is in trouble. You know what? It wasn't even about his finishing yesterday because he didn't have a chance. It was his hold-up play. It was the fact that we were under so much pressure. When you get the ball up to your striker, you need him to hold it. You need him to win free kicks. You need him to be strong. And he lost every single 50-50. For me, that was the major thing with Richarlison. So disappointing. So disappointing. But he wasn't the only one. I think most of the team were like that. Wayne saying Simmons probably, but put a transfer request in after watching that yesterday. Like I say, if I was him, I'd be like, "Oh, I can get into this. I'm gonna make this team tick." If I was like a professional footballer, bit cocky, maybe a bit arrogant, bit at myself. I'm not saying Simmons is, but I would definitely be like, "Yeah, this side need me. I'm gonna make this side great. It's all about me." You know what I mean? So hopefully he's thinking that, and he can get this team playing. But we will see. Vidar saying Tottenham now want to sign Joe Gomez ahead of the transfer deadline. Is that true? Is that true, guys? Anyone else heard that? I need to take a quick look on X. Joe Gomez, I really hope not. I'm not overly keen on Gomez. He's always injured as well, isn't he? Um, yeah, okay, I'm not going to look at it yet. But yeah, if that's the case, I wouldn't be overly happy. I wouldn't be overly happy. But we will see. Yomi saying Raheem the Dream Sterling is still available. You know, yeah. I mean, who knows? That might happen. And Miss Bunny saying Yomi, oh God, please no. He is still available though. He is still available. But let's not go there. Guy says, Tell, need to focus on his finishing. Come on, Frank, work your magic. I mean, Frank would need to have some really special magic, wouldn't he, to get that done. Guys, I'm going to go for another 5 minutes on this beautiful Sunday morning. Then I'm going to go and grab my coffee. Kate said, nice. Can't understand why Frank would say three strikers might upset the apple cart. We need a bloody striker. I know. It doesn't get it. Surely the more good players you got, the better for competition. We got so many games this season, and one of our strikers is injured. The other one is always injured. It just makes sense to bring a striker in. I honestly think if we don't bring a striker in, we are in massive trouble in that forward area, and we could be looking at a Tell playing up there for a lot of the season. Wayne saying, why have an apple cart if you're not going to upset it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. William saying, Frank is just a Levy puppet. They rid of Ange, and as he was his own man, he never had the players for all his comps. I just think it's whoever's in charge, mate. Is whoever in charge is never fully going to get back, sadly. I think we need to it is what it is. Frank is in charge now. I don't think he's a Levy puppet. I think that's a bit harsh. I think we need to give him time. But listen, Levy's in charge of any manager that comes in, let's be honest. Barbaric saying Romano tweeted about Vissa speaking out. These players need to be more professional. So much money in the game now, isn't it? So much money in the game. Miss Bunny says, surely upsetting the apple cart causes competition for places. Isn't that a good thing? You would think so, wouldn't you? You would think so. But it is frustrating, definitely. And Wayne saying it should be Miss Bunny. Keep everyone on their toes and push everyone to improve. Absolutely. Everyone's agreeing with each other, which is great. Adam saying, I'd say Savino has to hand in a transfer request. I'd agree. I just can't see it happening now. Bod saying, if Frank doesn't think we need a centre forward and quick, then I'd really question his sanity. His choices up front are Richie and Solanke, and they're both injured half the season, worrying. I agree. Listen, he may just be saying that in front of the press. You know, he's not going to come out and say, yeah, we definitely need another striker. Richarlison was bloody woeful today, and Solanke's never fit. So I get that, but we will see what happens. We will see what happens. Adam's here. Big up, Adam. Says, morning, Nige. Hope you're good and have had a good weekend. Other than yesterday, yeah, my weekend's been okay, thanks. Like I say, apart from yesterday, which was a wake-up call for everyone, for sure. And Adam again saying, Wissa is there for the taking. He is there for the taking. 100%. I keep hitting my computer. Don't worry. Adam saying, striker in Jan? Possibly. Possibly. Listen, we can't get everyone in one window. We know that. But a Vuskovic on loan is a no-brainer, surely. Absolute no-brainer. William saying Frank will be happy with ninth place and make it to the top 16 of the Champions League. My hope is that we can make it to a cup final and a win. I think that's where we are at the moment. I think, you know, I said the other day before the Bournemouth game, I think with this current squad, I think we could get 7th or 8th with the way we started the season. After yesterday, back down to earth, I think it is 8th or 9th, maybe even 10th. It depends how we play. But if we can get those couple of players in, who knows? Who knows? Barbaric says, make Pure Coys TV and the Two Marks Show your marquee sign-in. Smash your likes and subs, people. Absolutely, Barbaric. Couldn't agree more. Adam saying, Frank's first season, people chill. Absolutely. I think we got to remember, we have just lost one game. We have lost our first game under Frank in the Premier League. Let's not lose our shit too quickly. Let's just give him time, see what he can do. Everything's going to be okay. Ghost is saying, big up Nigel chat. Coys, hopefully Levy gets us some new players. Exactly. And hopefully this defeat will get him moving a little bit. Hopefully it will get him moving. But we will see. William, Bournemouth are always going to be hard to beat. They also have a quality manager. Bournemouth are a decent side. They are a decent side. I am shocked that we didn't really get at them defensively. That was a bit shocking yesterday, but it is what it is. Adam saying, Vuskovic, only 18, but already good enough to start. Is he starting for Hamburg, is he? I'm guessing. Not sure he's ready to start for Spurs yet, but definitely, I think after this season, a good season in Germany for Vuskovic, I think he'd be ready to go for Tottenham. Bodkamp saying 3, Bod the Cat. Kate said, Nigel, if I was Frank, I'd say the striker are woeful and can't hit a barn door. We need a striker in Daniel Levy. Hopefully he's saying that internally to Daniel Levy. Yeah, I agree. We definitely need a striker. Marianne's in the house. Big up, Marianne. I hope you're well. Says, good morning, Nige. And all in the chat. Good morning to you. And Adam saying, Wissa has just said he wants out. Wissa to Newcastle. Newcastle starting to do bits. Newcastle starting to do bits. So let's see what happens there. Bod saying 34 hours to go. Time for Levy to show his ambition instead of just talking about it. This is it. Time to move now. I think we're going to get one left field, one left field signing. And I really do hope it's this man. Not this man, sorry. Vuskovic isn't ready to start yet. I agree. I really hope it's Vlahovic. I saw the V and I just imagined, Barbara, you were talking about Vlahovic. Of course you wasn't. But Miss Bunny saying, Wissa to Newcastle, Isaac to Liverpool, domino effect incoming. Yep, I think that's going to happen. And I think that happens, obviously, within the next 48 hours. Woolwich playing a 15-year-old. He is some player, though, isn't he? He is some player. And Williamson, Viv showed his quality in goal today. Hope fans don't forget in the coming weeks. Vicario was fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. I do still worry about him with his feet, but shot stopping. Probably, I'd say one of the best 2 or 3 in the Premier League. at Shot Stopping. Guys, if you haven't, keep smashing that like. Please hit that subscribe button. I am chasing down 1,200. Any help would be much appreciated. And hopefully, guys, in the next 34 hours, we are going to bring a couple of players in that improve this first team even more. And we can look forward to hopefully having a good season. Miss Bunny saying, I think we might have a couple of signings, but I worry about their quality. I agree with you there, Miss Bunny. Bod said, Vuskovic looks the part, but he's still just a kid, needs time, 100%. Ghosted says, do we think we go undefeated all season? No. Ups and downs will happen when a new manager comes in. I'm far more concerned about how we are doing by Christmas. Absolutely bang on. It is a disappointing performance yesterday, no doubt about it. But it's early days, and let's see what happens there. Vidar saying VDV was good. He was probably the only outfield player who comes off that game with any respect at all. I thought it was fantastic yesterday. Kate says, Nige, haven't Newcastle signed a £67 million striker in? They have. They have. Apparently, he can play in a variety of positions as well. But Vissa, can't he play off the left too? It's all about options, isn't it? If you're getting rid of Isak, I guess to have two quality strikers up there is what you need. It's just sad that Spurs have none. But it is what it is. Wesley, big up Wesley, saying Ake Inchin. We've been linked with so many centre backs. Ake, Akanji. Which one are we going to get in? I hear there's a couple more. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, I think it's going to be one of them. Ake or Akanji. We will see. Williamson, the top four continue to buy the top quality players. We really have to up the ante. We do. I think we've got to remember we have just brought in Xavi Simons, which is a great signing, and he will light up the lane. I know after defeat is really disappointing and we're all just down in the dumps, but we have got a top player in Xavi coming in. So if we can match that with another two coming in, that would be a really, really good window for Spurs. We just now got to put the players on the bench. Wesley saying Ake incoming. Okay, Ake incoming. That again, I'd be more than happy with that. As we go through the chat, William saying Levy built great facilities. Now it's time to build a team. I agree. Lucky Singh, big up, Lucky. I hope you were a good win for your boys yesterday. You did it in the end. Miss, we deserve win yesterday. Brian and Bremo, Diallo, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes. We all ask, we fight. That's all you ask, isn't it? And that for me is why I'm so pissed off about yesterday's Spurs performance. There wasn't any fight in the team. We went down with a whimper, and we have Jessica in the house. Hello, Bodger. Well, hello, Bodge. I hope you're well. And yes, I am still alive. So, I hope you're having a good weekend. And I will no doubt see you next week. Miss Bunny saying Bruno saved yous again. He did. He absolutely did. Was it a penalty? I haven't seen it. It is what it is. Kind of knew United were going to get a penalty, didn't we? But at least they showed some fight. Williams and Simmons, the start of quality. Yes, 100%. The start of quality. Hopefully, a few more to come in. And Lucky Singh said, Miss Bunny, glad our players fight for it. Absolutely. Again, what I said, the one thing I was disappointed about Spurs was yesterday, there didn't seem to be a lot of fight in the side. We went down with a bit of a whimper. Huddle Waddles here. Big up, mate. I hope you're well. He said, I was worried when I saw Sarr, Polinia and Bentancur in that lineup. There is zero creativity with those three against teams like Bournemouth, Bergvall, Mustard. And this is the one mistake I think Frank made. Playing three workman-like midfielders against a side like Burnley. We needed some creativity. And I know Bergvall's not your most creative player, but he's more creative than the other three. I definitely would have played Bergvall in place of either Sarr or Bentancur. But it is what it is. He made the choices and hopefully he learns from it. William said, should have invested in team in Scotland such as Motherwell to give our youth a chance. I agree. Guys, I'm going to leave it now. I've been going an hour and 20. Please, if you haven't liked the stream, please give it a like. It really does mean the world. Pushes me out to the algorithm. I don't ask for super chats. I don't ask for memberships, though they would be nice. But I do ask for likes and subs because the more likes I get, the more people will get to see me, guys. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the football, enjoy time with your family, or whatever you're doing. Have a great day. Stay safe. It's a scary world out there. Have a good one. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay pure Coys.